Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today, that's the project right there. And if you take a look at that, that is a DeWalt chop saw stand. And it is made for this chop saw. But I'm not going to use it for this chop saw because I very rarely ever move the chop saw from that stand. So what we're going to do is we're going to explore the idea of taking this and making it so that you can hang it on the wall. Because what do you do with something like that? Do you just lean it up against the wall? I'm telling you what, that is quite heavy and it's a pain to actually move around. So I am going to install it on the wall so it's out of the way. I'm going to fold that up and I'm going to show you my idea. Well, this is it here, all folded up. And as you can tell, you know, it's about the same height I am. And you have to actually store this somehow, right? Well, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make a little bit of a bracket. The distance between here and here is about 5 inches. And the thickness of that material is about 1/8. So what I'm planning is I'm going to take this and just hang it on the wall in a safe spot so that, you know, it doesn't fall down on you. And really, when you think about it, look at this thing. Like, I mean, what do you do with it? Do you leave it on the floor? Do you lean it up against the building somehow? But this here is going to come in handy for up in my camp because I don't use it down here at all. So I thought I'd bring it up there. So what I'm going to do is I just got some piece of aluminum. This is 1/4 inch aluminum. And I got a mark here. And I got a couple of marks down here. And all I'm going to do is make a little bit of a bracket so I can hang it on the wall. Very simple, easy to do. Anybody can do this. I'm going to cut these pieces up and I'll show you what I got planned. Okay, what you're looking at right there is just that one piece of 8-inch long aluminum. And you can see I rounded off the corners here. And all I'm going to do is take these blocks here and just put the 2 blocks like this and this. And you could see how that will fit on the wall like that. And these blocks actually are deeper than here. So, you know, it is going to just fit in there nice and flush. So you can see the design there. So all I'm going to do now is punch in a couple of holes. And we'll come back when that's done. Well, here it is. It's all done. Only took like 5 minutes. And I'll just show you what it's going to look like on the wall. So that's it going to be right like this. So there's enough slack on both sides that you can actually fit it in there. And I went with 2 screws each side because you know what? What if one screw breaks? Well, that ain't going to be a happy day. This thing is quite heavy. So all I did was just use a reciprocating saw just to cut the pieces. They don't look pretty. I don't do pretty, guys. Okay, so let's go and let's attach this up in Northern Ontario right now. Well, welcome to Northern Ontario. This is the second part of this video up in the north, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to mount that table saw stand. Bring you in the shop here first. I've been doing a lot of work on the camp and working on that side window and putting some trim up on the side of the building. So I'll take you off the tripod, show you what the camp looks like. Well, for those of you that are new to the channel, this is my little cabin here. It's all a block cabin, and this is my solar panel. I have a whole series on this solar panel. It worked like a charm, and guys, that's a real, I would say for me, a lifesaver up here. Okay, so what I've been doing is I put this board up on here just for a little bit of trim, and here's the window. I got it all finished off. That don't look bad there at all. And you see right here is aluminum flashing. Well, that piece in there is going to fit right over top of that, so it's all white. And guys, I don't use any, I'll show you this right here. That's all silicone, white silicone. I don't use a latex, guys. It doesn't last up here. Cracks and splits and peels, and if you don't paint it, well, it doesn't last long. So that's this little trim board there. You can see I was just finished with the table saw, just cutting that. Because you know this corner, I showed in the last video there about me putting the siding on. Well, it didn't match in the corner too good there. So yeah, it matches a lot better now. I'll finish this off next year, this part. Get rid of that door there. I'll put a nice fancy door on there, not too fancy. And of course, you can see, well, I put the wood trim on the other end there. So that pretty well matches. What do you guys think? I mean, it's a little shady on this side now, but yeah, that matches pretty good. Let's go in the shop and I'll show you what I got planned. Well, we'll go in the garage here, and you could see, yeah, she's pretty dirty. I've been cutting a lot of wood. That's my little gen set, and you could see how, you know, this was made for the DeWalt chop saw, and I retrofitted to fit on my my Bosch compact table saw. And I'm going to take this stand, and I'm going to take it over here. I'm going to mount it right up there. So give me a couple of minutes to clean this shop out here because it's all dusty and dirty, and we'll start mounting it in a couple of minutes. Okay, so the only thing I've done is just put some tape on here so it doesn't move around while I'm installing it. And I'm just going to go right about here and follow where the crack is there. And then we'll just fire in some screws. And this is pretty level here. Let's put the first one in. Okay, level it up a bit. It's got to be level, guys. And I know that that board's level, so we'll just eyeball it from there. There, that's not too bad. Okay, let's hang it up. Let's see how it looks. Now look at that. Is that slick or what? You know what? I want to show you something down on the floor here. You're not going to believe. I just noticed it now. But I'll give you a little tour of the garage. And I'll show you this. Okay, first of all, I had this here, and the battery, and this board in this corner. And look what I found. I pulled that board out, and there's a big hole. So I'm thinking that had to be a porcupine underneath there. So I'm going to have to get a board on the bottom side, like a nice hunk of pressure treated, and put some screws in from this side. Wow, can you imagine the time they spent for that? Okay, so that's it right there, hanging up on the wall. And when I need to use it, it'll come in handy. And I'll just give you a little bit of a tour here. I showed you how to make them ramps. Them ramps come in real nice here for me walking in and out, taking my lawnmower in and out as well. And I'll just show you a little bit on the inside here. I got everything on the walls, guys. If you don't have it hanging up, where are you going to put all this stuff? So that's it right here. I got a little wood stove here. We clear all the stuff away in the fall. Nice little wood stove here. Keeps the place nice and warm. And this is my view out here all the time. Just absolutely gorgeous up here. And that's my my ATV. Now, this is my ramps I made to take the tractor in and out with, and the ATV. And this is where I sit all the time, having a little bit of a relaxing time in the evening. And here's some more stuff. Look at it, just jammed on the walls, guys. I got stuff on the ceiling, on the walls. I got it all over the place. But you have to be somewhat organized. And I got another one of these Bluetooth speakers here, a 10 watt. Man, it's just terrific up here. I mean, it just echoes through the whole valley. And yeah, that's pretty well it there. That's what I clean the shop with. I've shown that before. My Hitachi leaf blower. And so that's where everything sits right there. Now right in behind here, down on the bottom here, is an automotive battery. And I'll just open this up for you here. And this is my power inverter, charge controller, and I've got my amperage and voltage gauge. And I got my breaker here, and that I believe is 1500 watts. So I can't run the saw or anything like that on it. So yeah, there's the view from here. And of course, yeah, I don't have the back side of the cabin done, and I'm never going to do it either. It was a little bit of an adventure, starting off with just making a couple of brackets to hang that stand on the wall with. And I give you a little bit of a tour of the place. I hope you enjoyed that. And hopefully I'll show you some more in the future as I get more work done on the cabin. Thanks for joining me here today. If you haven't seen this channel, well, you're welcome to subscribe. And I'm going to start doing some more work right now. Cheers.